Hello, and welcome to Comic Solving Problems. I'm Stephen Allen.
And I'm Eric McElroy. Hello, and welcome to the show where we, as comedians, solve problems. That's the name of the show. That's what's on the tin. That's what's going to happen. Looks like, how you doing there, Steve? Are you going hiking or something?
Why don't you have your own office so you can do all your creative work? Oh, that sounds like a really great idea. Let's get a place that's got 3 bedrooms. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, let's have one of the bedrooms as a guest room. What? Then let's have one of the bedrooms as a nursery. Okay, but where's my office? Oh, you could put it in the shed. Yeah, good. Yeah.
Yeah. Or you could get a 4-bedroom, and then you could be wearing a shirt with no sleeves. Look at that. Toasty.
Scarf. I needed a scarf for this is the problem. You can go back and watch the ones where I bought the air conditioning because I was sweating so much during the heat wave by broadcasting in the shed. Plot twist. 6 months later, very much the opposite problem. That air conditioning unit over there is just laughing at me. So yeah, it's a bit
You should
nippy.
probably turn it off. Turn the air conditioning off.
I'm trying to achieve global warming. It's the only way this shed's going to be any good. Sorry, Greta.
Yeah, bless her. She tried.
Regretta, more like. It was worth a try, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, we could. This is our chance. See, this is a chance where we could pivot, Steve. We could go for the big clicks and start tearing apart a 19-year-old girl for just caring about the future of the world. How dare she tell me what to do?
Greta coming along saying that carbon dioxide's bad. Yeah, well, I got some plants who disagree. What about plants? All these young people going for plant-based lifestyles. Well, you know what plants need? Carbon dioxide. So maybe you need to burn some fuel.
Yeah,
so easy. It's doable.
And I'm growing some steel over here. So there, Greta.
That was interesting, wasn't it? Well, you still potentially work in that one, so you probably don't want to badmouth people there. But that broadcaster.
I didn't say that. I was talking about steel. It's a totally different thing to grow.
You can't grow concrete. Yeah, you can. That was interesting, wasn't it? That was interesting.
One of the best moments of radio or whatever the fuck that was. Anyway, so it's a little chilly here in the United Kingdom, in case you hadn't noticed, and we are not built for that.
Yeah, I can also do it in this mode if that helps.
Don't do that.
Right.
Put it down. No.
Oh,
because it looks like you're in the wind.
Yeah, maybe I need better insulation in the shed. Insulate Britain, we're right. No, I'll pivot it back.
We've lost all those viewers we just gained.
Darn it.
Damn it. We can't do this.
Yeah, we can't pivot and stay pivoted. It's not true to ourselves. Just an update on the cold as well, as in the cold that I had, not the cold that I'm sat in. Yeah, that's moved to the chest like a pervert. So
boobies.
It pretended to be yawning, but it just moved to my chest. So they do it.
Sorry.
Meanwhile, while we're talking about health conditions, Mr. Eric McElroy, if I look on my bigger screen rather than the auto cue monitor, how old are you to still be getting spots?
I thought we were going to take that out in post, that we discussed this. That you would digitally
we don't have that big a post.
Zit. I don't know what's going on.
Have you been swimming in some
close?
Swimming pools that have alien eggs in them? Because that's the kind of thing you need to watch out for.
I had another one on my nose. 50 years old. I'm young at heart.
Yeah, and also at forehead. How are you? You've got teenage hormones in your forehead. Have you been having some of that illegally imported tiger dick? Have you got ground tiger dick powder? Is it working?
Shh, don't tell. Shh.
Horny goatweed, or whatever it's called. Which is my fake name, whatever I sign into anyway. Oh, dearie me.
Oh,
what
Jesus.
a show. What a show this is.
Welcome to Coughing and Popping Zits, Eric and Steve. All these concepts that we're coming up with now.
Yeah.
The show is evolving.
Remember when Channel 4 had a very successful TV show, Embarrassing Bodies? I think we can do our own online spin-off version. It'll be on Chats Debate, whatever that one's called, but still, close enough.
This won't be here too much longer.
Yeah. I'm hoping this won't as well. For like,
I'll just do the show like this.
Yeah, thinking, or just pretending you got a headache. Like, oh, it's a bit much. If you do have a headache, of course,
we're short on.
Got pills. Of course I have, because I'm flipping ill.
We're short on time, so let's cover the big news stories that we're addressing today.
I just kind of moan about the weather. It's cold. God, It's so cold. I mean, in general, there've been loads of strikes happening as well, but it feels like I feel bad for the people striking. So today, Tuesday, rail strike. No one was going to go anywhere on a train. Have you seen the weather? It really is, shooting the fox before the hunt. So the weather's come along and ruined it. Some people have had a good attitude. I'm just going to try and get us the screenshot of this one. Here we go. It's a Daily Star one, but if we just get the screenshot. Lunatic Brits going crazy in the snow from half-naked jogger to commuter snowball fight. And this is what it's, when you can't get to work or you have a long trek to work, you've got to try and do something to make it fun. We look at some of the pictures. Here we are. Their snowball fight.
I've seen that.
I'm not sure I agree with that, though, because the people on the other side, how are they responding to that? They're just trying to go about their business, and these tomfoolery people. But, we'll check in on those later. Down here,
people.
Look at this guy going for his jog.
Wow.
You look at that and you think, wow, the mugging around here is pretty serious. There's a forgetful man. Remembers to go for a jog, remembers the balaclava, but forgets everything else.
When you lose 90% of your body heat through your head.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to be cold. You're right. That'd be silly, wouldn't it, if he went for a jog in this weather without a hat on? That would be stupid.
Yeah.
Quick question, Eric. Where do you reckon he's put his keys? It's always a problem when you go for a run.
I can't see his front.
No, good. Although, so people have been having fun in this weather out in the traffic. Look at this one. That's on the North Circular. Someone made a snowman. You know, traffic is moving slowly when someone has time to whip up a snowman and put it on the A406.
Wow.
And I feel
circular around London.
Yeah.
Wow, we got nothing like that down south where I live. I guess it's just more tropical down here.
It must be, yeah. Yeah, slightly closer to the equator because it's the North Circular. The South Circular is balmy this time of year. But
that's why I'm wearing short sleeves.
The unfortunate thing is the North Circular is the A406. If that was on the A501, like the Euston Road that goes through Euston and King's Cross, if you put a snowman like that there, he'd have made good money if you just put a cup in front of him, because that's where people stand when you're at the lights. And oh, God. He would have been earning more than I am. And then what we've got down here, we can just go to, it's just more traffic. That is the other side of the platform, just to check in on how they're doing. They're throwing some snowballs back. Whee! So it turns out it was all right. The tomfoolery was accepted well. Look, people say that this nation collapses when we get a little bit of snow, and maybe we do, but we have a good sense of humour about it, and I think that's quite nice. Travel disruptions left, right and centre, and yet we're all kind of making the best of it. Let's just have a quick look at the comment section.
They still have comments on
They still have comments. It's below all of this, but it's truth. There's a lot of these. A lot of illness ones and eggs.
Who actually cares enough about a story about snow to go through all of those adverts?
God, there's a lot.
Sure. It just keeps getting bigger.
It's more eggs. More. Where's the flipping comment section gone? Oh, nuts. I had it a while ago. We'll take this out in post when we're doing your facial edit.
Take care of my spot. Yeah.
Oh,
Boy, where have I gone?
That's the wrong button.
Dear. Well, I think actually, are you still on that same story?
Yeah, I am. As soon as I find the comments.
Well, if you can't find the comments.
Oh, no, there it is.
There it is. Okay.
There really are some pathetic, brain dead people in this messed up world. Chill the F out, brother. What? Wow. People have a little bit of fun in some snow, and that's, oh, look at some people make me sick.
It's just snow. But I do, if you can bring that back up and go to the traffic picture where all the cars were all over the place. It's a little bit further up.
We've got quite a lot of eggs and illness things to get through first.
All right. Oh, sorry.
Oh, there it is.
There. I'll just keep that image in your mind. We'll come back to that later. Tell me about your eggs and illness.
No, I mean, I was just going through all the eggs. For some reason, there were a lot of adverts about eggs. Did you not notice?
Oh, right.
The good thing is, it's in what's it called? An incognito browser when I do this for the thing, so that you can't think. Steve's been Googling a lot of eggs. There's no cookies that are telling the Daily Star.
You want the missus to see that. You want the missus to see that.
Guys into eggs.
So I have to enjoy every time it does snow here, the traffic chaos. Because I come from a country that actually has real inclement weather. And some of the things that we do in the United States is we have things I've had to explain to British people, like snow tires. So we have a different set of tires that you replace on your car so you can drive. They have little studs on them.
Yeah.
Because they're like, and then you could get a studded jacket as well to match, or chains on your tires. And then when you drive in the snow, you have to do it slightly differently than you do normally. You have to slow down and create space. But you would think that people, especially in the London area, would like to have space because we don't like being around people. But I just find it hilarious. It's like
Chains. I've got a chain on my bike. Does that count?
No. You could take that chain off of your bike and wrap it around the wheels of your car, and then that might help.
Gonna make it harder to pedal.
Yes. You'll have to leave the bike at home when you do that.
Okay. And how am I meant to bike anywhere?
But that's a problem as well. But I would recommend the chains you have in your bedroom. Those will be more effective.
Oh, right. Okay. What, the ones that I used to open and close the blinds?
That's not what I was thinking of. Is there a pun there I'm missing?
No, it was just a curveball.
You did that like you were waiting for it.
No. I am reminded of the old joke of the nun who's in the bath and there's a knock on the door. And she says, who is it? And the guy says, it's the blind man. And she thinks, well, can't do any harm. Come on in. He opens the door and says, right, I'm here to clean your blinds. Whee!
There we go. Quality jokes.
And it does help if you don't have a conversation about blinds just before it. But whenever we talk about blinds, I always remember that joke. It's a nice one.
So yeah, and the other thing is, of course, people with the big 4x4s and SUVs and that drive in here, they think it makes them good at the snow, and it's not.
Yeah. It
just is a bigger vehicle to slide off the road in.
Yes, Newtonian equations. I'm glad we're bringing up Newtonian laws of motion.
Yep.
I'm glad. It's about
people
time.
Should think about that as they're stuck in their cars in the snow.
Yep. So yeah, there's just moan about the weather, but that's because I'm sat in a cold shed. What else was I got to talk about?
These are our careers at this point in time.
Yeah. Although did I tell you that I did a corporate gig for the Lord Taverners, the cricket charity?
You told me about a corporate. I don't know if it was this corporate.
No, I told you about the eye surgery corporate. Must have been that one.
Oh, no, yeah. I didn't hear about the Lord Taverners.
It's the charity that the cricket people have, and it might ring a bell because the last time the Lord Taverners had a comedian from the MASH report, it was when Nish did that gig and the audience threw bread rolls at him. That was the Lord Taverners gig. So I turned up saying, I pointed out, it's the elephant in the room, and I said it's the only reason I took it because with this cost of living crisis, I cannot afford to turn down free bread. So I got paid one way or another.
Did they chuck bread at you?
They didn't.
That's the problem with making a joke like that, is there's going to be somebody in there who's going to think, oh, I know what would be funny now is I'll throw the bread roll at him.
I literally looked around to make sure that the waiters had taken the bread rolls away, and they had. So they were unarmed.
Yeah, well done. See, that's Nish's mistake. Fucking idiot. Yeah. Don't go on stage when they still have bread rolls.
Yeah, only go
Rule
on.
Number one.
Go on during dessert because they're less likely to throw it and there are no knives involved in desserts. It's the one course that doesn't have a knife with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't want to get sticky pudding on you. Right. Well, I guess we could talk about this. So I think we've talked about this. Well, I'd like to think that we signposted this batshit crazy woman well before she was elected to Congress even. And of course, I'm talking about Miss Jewish Space Lasers herself, Marjorie Taylor Greene, who represents a district in Georgia, which I found out had a racial incident 100 years ago or so, and basically chased all of the black people out of town. So the town is one of the whitest counties in Georgia, and that's who she represents. So they literally didn't quite ethnically cleanse the neighborhood, but it explains some of why she was reelected to Congress just recently.
Yeah.
Well, she was speaking at the New York Young Republicans dinner, which a title just to prove that Americans understand irony. I don't know how those two things can exist. How you can be a New York Young Republican, at least in the city. Upstate, it's a little bit more scary. And she was making some statements about, what's happened with the election, what's happening with the state of America. And she has identified the issue that is really tearing the country apart. And we have a clip right here.
By the way, you can pick up a butt plug or a dildo at Target and CVS nowadays. I don't even know how we got here. Sorry, you may still be finishing your dessert. I apologize. No, but this is the state that we're living in right now. And it's so weird.
So there we go. There we go, Steve. Butt plugs, dildos, and gay marriage. That's what's tearing America apart.
Well,
or at least tearing apart. What I like at the end of the clip, and I didn't get a still of it, but the look on her face when she says it, when she just smiles and like looks around like, I just said butt plugs and dildos.
yeah.
I'm naughty.
I'm glad she goes on to explain it, because that second one she goes, you can get dildos and butt plugs at Target. I'm like, what a weird sponsorship deal. Don't forget to tip your waitress, and you can get dildos and butt plugs in Target. I'm here all week. Good night.
I mean, I have seen that aisle. But I mean, surely those are the things that you order. That is what ordering online was built for a range of butt plugs and dildos.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you do the checkout? A Target is like, it's a huge department store. It's got groceries. It's got, it's kind of a family place. I mean, they sell guns. It's where you take the kids.
Don't mix them
up. And
so
you're scanning. Burp. Ooh. That's going to lead to. Then you're going to have to banter with the checkout person.
Yeah.
Big plans this weekend. Who's going to do that?
Although, if you get the bit where you're ordering a lot of food, beep beep, like just got to fill a hole later, beep, same comment. You're right. It is the kind of thing to order online, because anything that you can fit through a letterbox, you can order online, and if you can't fit it through a letterbox, you should never put it in your bottom. That's one of my rules of life. I've got a tattoo somewhere. If you can't fit it through a letterbox, don't put it in your bottom.
As my grandmammy used to say, if you can't put it through my letterbox, don't put it through my bottom.
Yep.
Not through my bottom. In my bottom. Sorry. That's what she used to say.
That's the deleted scene from Forrest Gump. Oh, dear.
That sounded really good. I think that the cough is built through the show.
That's good.
So, she also went on to say that at that same speech that the if she had been, she wasn't part of the insurrection on January 6th, because if she had been part of the insurrection on January 6th, they would have won. I don't know if that's the defense that she thinks it is.
No.
She's like, I wasn't part of the plot to overthrow the country, because if I had been, I would have done it.
I would have successfully broken the law. Yeah.
What? Get me those space lasers.
Well, that's the thing. Is she not worried about being zapped by one of those? Because she believes they exist. So why is it not changing? Like, if she believes they exist, why is she not spending most of her time walking around with a big mirror, just holding it up to the sky, just in case?
She's got a shield of butt plugs and dildos.
Just you can throw them, like it's some sort of superhero.
Yep, she's pulled. Maybe that guy that was jogging. Maybe they make carrying cases where you can put your keys, pop it up, and then you go jogging with your in your pants.
I mean, it's not the worst idea we've had on the show, and that's saying something.
So there we go. We could do a new channel on coming up with ideas for butt plugs and dildos.
Yeah. I love how that's the problem with this world, is that they sell butt plugs and dildos in a shop.
Yep. Well,
beautiful.
When they could be selling little carrying cases where you can put your keys inside of a butt plug or dildo.
Yeah. Which reminds me of a Billy Connolly joke about Scottish people wearing their sporrans on the inside. Because the way I see it, if you're going to get mugged, you might as well enjoy it. I'm just remembering all the old jokes today.
You're remembering all the old jokes. Yeah. That's right. Steve and Eric do other people's jokes.
Yeah. But remembering them from my childhood. These are the jokes that I learned when I was younger, which is now why I get to write jokes for people. But then again, you've seen the quality of jokes that I write, including some terrible rude-based puns. Let's see if I come up with any of those when we have a look at the Daily Star. Daily Star Watch.
Woo!
So let's have a look what we've got going on here. I think the first one, this story is in the Daily Star. Already I like the fact that it's categorised under their monkeys section, of course. So in the monkey section, domesticated monkey slave rescued after being seen doing dishes and sharpening a knife. These people have clearly never seen Planet of the Apes. Giving them knives, you deserve all that obviously happens when that monkey becomes self-aware. Absolute idiot.
Yep.
It does make you think, though, that if you could have a monkey butler, I mean, how woke? This is the woke test. How woke are you, Eric? If there was a monkey butler, would you still have one?
If it was ethically sourced?
Yeah. I applied for the job.
And I paid him a living wage.
You pay peanuts.
Exactly. You can't laugh. It just hurts you too much.
Yep.
I think, why not? Surely that's fine.
Yeah. But I think a monkey butler, there's status to being the butler. You wear the outfit, you come in and you announce who's at the door and stuff like that. Having to wash the dishes, it's a bit menial. Just buy the machine that's the dishwasher. Would you be okay with having a monkey doing some of the cooking for you? Because it's higher status than dishwashing, but it's lower status than being a butler.
I don't really like bananas that much.
My big worry.
Every dish is going to be banana based.
Yeah. And I think the monkeys would probably take things out of the oven when it's too hot. Because that's why you keep hearing them going, long walk to get there, but we got there. Yeah.
It's been a long time since I heard that joke.
Right, on to the next one. Also in the Daily Star, man holds penis while fighting off leopards in world's oldest stone carving. And they say that men can't multitask. Wrong. I mean, if you're holding your penis and you're attracting leopards, have a wash. I'm not sure cats like fish. I don't know what's going on there, but yeah, so there's... there we go. Anyway.
I mean, he could be holding so many things. How do they know it's his penis?
But the picture on the left, it really is quite, penisy.
Did they carbon date it?
No, he barely even bought them dinner. But how do we know that he's fighting off the leopards?
He might be doing something else with the leopards.
Exactly. He's definitely holding something, but he's not definitely fighting, if you know what I mean.
Yep. Here, kitty, 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 kitty.
There's a guy who made a wish for some sweet pussy. Okay. We're 2 for 2 on coming up with terrible puns about these things. What's the third story? Oh, this might be the last one. I've now lost count of where we are in under the poker section. Of course, there's a poker section. Glam poker player with boobs out promises to nip that behaviour in the bud. So she's a poker player and her top keeps dropping down. And I do think it is akin to cheating because poker is a very difficult game. And in part, you go with your instincts and you think to yourself, like, what have they got? And in the back of your mind, you're thinking, she just got a good pair. That's a poker term.
Not talking about her boobies at all.
No,
because that would be rude.
Talking about the cards.
That's like a pun.
If Full House were a pun, I'd have gone with that as well. It doesn't quite work, but a pair that definitely works.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I've got on that one. I feel like I've left a story out. I feel like somehow,
like all of the actual news in the world. Talk about that monkey knife. Oh, there.
Here it is.
What's this?
I found my naked boyfriend pleasuring my best mate. They laughed and finished off. And the really scary thing about that is her best friend was, of course, that Labrador. And that's the news.
Maybe he was fighting off the Labrador.
That's true. He was merely holding his penis while fighting off an animal. Like men have done for thousands of years. And you can prove that with a cave drawing.
In Wales, they do it with sheep.
Fighting them off. You know that phrase, he has to fight them off with a stick. Well, what happens if you don't have a stick?
Meat must stick.
Yep. And we're up to date. Thank you, Daily Star, for all of the source material.
This was one of the more serious and substantive shows that we've done over the series. And we hope you enjoyed that. If you did. You can subscribe, you can like, you can contribute to our Ko-fi and get Steve some insulation.
Yeah. I mean, at some point, the temperature will go back to normal. I won't be ill.
Yep.
We can start dressing up again, have some time to actually write jokes. This show could go back to what it was.
Are you saying that we didn't write some of these jokes?
I'm saying that I had faith in my ability to come up with terrible jokes about the Daily Star. So the only one I'd written before we started today was she's holding a nice pair. Everything else.
We're going to have to start paying the Daily Star.
We didn't do the comedy song about it being cold, did we?
No, you did not play a comedy song. Should we finish on that?
Yeah, that's what we should do.
All right. There we go. So, and to take us out today, we've got a song about the weather.
Yeah. So thank you for watching. Subscribe, give money, all of that stuff. And are we doing one next week? What date is it?
I'm around. Yeah, I can do the next week.
Cool.
There we go.
Right.
We'll be back next week.
Till then.
Bye.
I want to stay in.
Baby, it's cold inside.
The gas man has been.
Then it's staying cold inside.
This evening has been
Freezing.
so very nice.
If you don't mind the frost and ice.
Just watch the telly.
In this cold, not on your Nelly.
We could Netflix and chill.
Any colder and it could kill.
Let me hug your belly.
Not with those cold hands.
Don't worry about the heating bill.
This temperature is making me
I
ill.
want to stay home.
Baby, it's cold inside.
Let's stay in alone.
I'm wearing a hat inside.
I wish I knew how
Put the heating on.
to break this spell.
I'll get a coat and gloves as well.
Could have a nice night.
I'm getting some
I
frostbite.
want to stay here for a while.
The sofa's cold, it's giving me
I want
piles.
you to stay.
Baby, don't hold out. Baby, it's cold inside.
Thank you for watching this from Comic Solving Problems.
And if you feel like it, go ahead and like the video.
Or subscribe. Commitment.